the fascinating history of bananas, jungle, capitalism, and even dirty politics. Welcome to our journey through time as we uncover the captivating history of the banana, a humble fruit that conquered the world and transformed into a global commodity. From its origins in the jungles to the rise of the banana republics, join me to explore the extraordinary tale of the banana. 100 billion of them are eaten around the world every year. Global banana consumption ranks in the fourth place only after wheat, rice, and corn. Yes, they are that popular, and banana is not just a fruit, it's a complex global industry. And the global industry is also intertwined with the history of capitalism and colonialism. Although the botanical history was humble, the economic history was not that glorious, as it was built on cheap labor and even slavery. Let's start with the story of the history of the fruit first. The original wild bananas, the first ones in history, grew in rainforests of Southeast Asia, specifically here in the Malay archipelago. Humans domesticated them in Papua New Guinea over 7,000 years ago, and it was from there that bananas spread to other parts of Southeast Asia, India, and then Africa. Today, bananas are grown in over 100 countries around the world. There are around 1,000 varieties, but the most popular one, the one you find in supermarkets, is called Cavendish banana. Cavendish bananas account for almost half the banana production globally. The Cavendish variety replaced the previously popular Gros Michel bananas after Panama disease, a fungal disease that wiped out Gros Michel plantations in the 1950s. The story of Cavendish bananas goes back to Chatsworth House in England, the estate of the Cavendish family, the Dukes of Devonshire. They had sugar plantations in Jamaica. The family had a lot of money, a strong passion for botany and agriculture, but more importantly, a genius gardener called Jos Paxton. Well, he was more than a gardener. He was also an architect, engineer, and later a member of the parliament. Anyway, the ancestors of the Cavendish banana plants were brought from southern China in about 1826 and taken to Mauritius. Then Joseph Paxton, the Duke's gardener, got hold of a few and in 1829, in a specially made greenhouse, developed a dwarf banana plant variety, the Musa Cavendish, that he named after the family. Banana plantations grew rapidly in Honduras, Costa Rica, and Jamaica. Climate was right. Labor was very cheap. There was transportation infrastructure to Europe already in place because of sugar plantations. And there was a new market nearby, the United States. From Central America to North America, the banana's journey to the United States began in the 19th century. With the expansion of steamship and railroad networks, it became feasible to transport delicate fruits over long distances. In 1870, Captain Lorenzo Dow Baker imported the first shipment of bananas from Jamaica to the US, initiating a new chapter in the fruit's history. Rise of the banana tycoons. The banana's growing popularity attracted entrepreneurs who recognized its profit potential. Among them, Minor C. Keith played a crucial role. He became involved in banana cultivation while building railroads in Central America. Keith's efforts laid the foundation for what would soon become multinational corporations dominating the banana trade. Minor C. Keith and others founded the United Fruit Company, UFC, that expanded rapidly across Central and South America. These regions, with their favorable climates and fertile soil, offered ideal conditions for banana plantations. As these companies gained immense power and influence, they began to control entire countries indirectly, leading to the term banana republics. The term a banana republic originated in the early 1900s in reference to Central American countries that were ruled by corrupt leaders and dependent on banana exports. In these so-called banana republics, large plantations and multinational fruit companies wielded more power than the government. They would intervene in politics to keep regulations lax and taxes low. The banana trade propped up dictatorships and fueled bloody civil wars in countries like Guatemala and Honduras. Woody Allen's 1971 film Bananas satirizes politics in fictional banana republics. It pokes fun at corrupt dictators and revolutionary politics in Latin American countries that seemed absurd, unstable, and dependent on American corporate interests. In the 1950s, Guatemala was under the rule of President Jacobo Arbenz, who sought to implement land reforms that aimed to redistribute unused land owned by American companies, including the United Fruit Company, to landless peasants. The UFC opposed these reforms and engaged in a propaganda campaign to paint Arbenz as a communist threat to the United States. The UFC also pressured the US government to take action. As a result, the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, orchestrated a covert operation codenamed Operation PBSES, which aimed to overthrow Arbenz's government. The operation involved supporting anti-Arbenz rebels and spreading disinformation to create an environment of political instability. In 1954, Arbenz was eventually forced to resign, and the United States played a role in orchestrating the installation of a new government that was more favorable to American interests, including those of the UFC. The United Fruit Company officially changed its name to Chiquita Brands International in 1984. Today, India, China, Indonesia, Brazil, and Ecuador are the top banana producers worldwide. But the global banana trade is still dominated by large Western companies like Chiquita, Dole, and Del Monte. These banana companies wield immense economic and political power in banana exporting countries. While the influence of banana companies has waned, critics say the legacy of colonial banana economics continues to haunt developing nations today. But others argue the banana industry provides employment and development opportunities. Fair trade and organic bananas have become popular ways consumers can support more ethical banana production. And so, the banana's journey, from its humble origins to a global commodity, remains an epic tale of long, complex backstories. From their origins in ancient times through the age of colonialism to today's globalized economy, the history of bananas is deeply intertwined with that of capitalism itself. Next time you grab a banana, consider taking a moment to peel back the layers beyond the fruit's yellow skin and reflect on the tangled roots of capitalism through which it came to arrive in your hand. Join us again as we explore more captivating stories. Thank you for watching.